Call in by clicking the link in the stream's description. The professor wants to hear from you.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good car.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focus on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Isn't it lovely?
Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. I am Professor Barrett, and this is A Bear's Thought. And today, my show is sponsored by three amazing, great sponsors. The first one is Navario Comics. If you love comics like I do, Navario Comics is a great place to get all your comic book needs in East Tennessee. I'm telling you, they have a wide selection of comics with grade A stamps that are just tremendous. And you don't even have to be in the Tennessee area to get them. They will do shipping to you. And if you do their subscription shipping, you could get 25% off your entire order. Plus, if you order $30 or more, you can get your shipment free. Navario Comics is the place to go for your comic book needs and for your action figure needs, because again, Professor Bird is a big nerd. If you want good action figures, collectibles, you need to go to Tag Team Toys and Collectible in Clinton, Tennessee. They have a wide range of action figures, title belts, collector cards. They have it all. And if you go on Facebook and put in Tag Team Toys and Collectibles, you can actually order some collectibles on there. And Professor Brad actually has taken his collection of ECW figures and they are selling them for me. So they're a great place. And last but not least, Chops Cards and Print On. It is the great place to get your own trading cards made for yourself. I, as a kid, always wanted to have a trading card. That was my goal. I was going to get me a trading card. But life had other plans for me. And I'm not that athletic. I wasn't going to put in the work. So Chops Trading Card has done something amazing. They will put together a trading card personalized for you. You can't tell the difference between uh, any other trading cards and theirs because that's type of quality that you're getting from them. And if you put in my code bear 15, you'll get 15% off your entire order. That's Chops Cards and Print on Demand. Now, today, my special guest, this is a first for me, and I'm so proud that this young lady is willing to do this for me. Now, Professor Bird loves wrestling, and I ran across um, this young lady doing an interview for another podcast, and I thought to myself, wow, she is really, really good. I have to get to know her. I got to get it. We worked it out, and this is my first international interview. Let me introduce to you, I'm sorry because you told me, and I'm bad with names. My Mayan.
Well, Divya. My name is Divya, and hi, and thank you to you actually inviting me for this interview. Means I'm so excited because when you texted me related to the interview, and I thought, oh my God, there is some beer who is gonna take my interview.
Oh wow! So the first question I always ask my guests is, how did you get into wrestling?
So basically, I'm from India, and it India the wrestling is very popular. Like especially when you talk about WWE, fans are crazy. They are crazy. Like one of the best sports. Like people think, and there's a lot of fans of WWE wrestlers in India, and I'm the one of them. Like since my childhood, more than watching cartoons, I grown up watching WWE. I grown up watching Jackie Chan's movies, all the action things. I've started watching all this, and then I become a fan of. Like I was 3.5 when I saw the match of Undertaker versus Mike Flory, and that was a Hell in a Cell. And I see like how Undertaker just pushed Mike Flory, like he given the chalk slam to him from the top of Hell in a Cell, and I was so excited. Means I just thought like, okay, there is some ghost in a WWE, and he just comes and he beat everyone. Everyone is scared of him. So by this, like being a fan since childhood, I don't know when the interest developed on me to be a wrestler. I always tell my mom and dad like I wanted to be a wrestler, and they used to laugh because basically I'm from a very small town, and women don't do wrestling there. Women are not very much into sports, so they thought, oh, she might be choking. Even my parents were shocked when I just went to the wrestling, and this actually happened like I came back from London. I was with one of the dancing crew, and I came back from London, and I told my dad, like, I don't want to be a dancer anymore. I don't want to be a choreographer. I just wanted to be a wrestler. And my dad is like, are you joking with me? Means you left your studies after graduation. Then you went for dancing, and now you want to be a wrestler. And I said, yes, I want to be a wrestler. And I don't know how this feeling like. I felt let's let's try wrestling one time. Maybe I can do it. And I just went into it.
Oh wow! So how did you get into the in the business of wrestling?
For this, like, I thought maybe I should give a try in USA, or maybe I should try for UK. But then I started searching wrestling schools in India. And then I found the Great Khalees Academy, and that was a continental wrestling entertainment. And I knew Great Khali, like, I used to watch him on the TV, like, oh my God, this 7 feet 3 inch man coming and beating Undertaker. And okay, that was really sad for me because I'm Undertaker fan, not so. I thought, no, I don't want to go, like, because I always feel why he have beaten Undertaker. Like, he was my favorite wrestler, so I don't want him to get beaten, right? So After that, my dad told like maybe you should give a try in India once, and I said okay. And I went there. I saw Kali in front of me. Like he was such a huge man, like a, such a tall, big. He was looking like a monster, and I was just looking at him, me and my father, and I told hi, and he said hello, yes, please come to office. And they were having a Saturday show that time. Means the CWE always organized the Saturday shows, and then I told like, okay, I want to be a wrestler, and he was very excited because usually women are not interested in wrestling in India, and even if some women are interested, their parents will never support like because they don't feel like wrestling is for women. And then Kali told, is your parents okay with you? Like you want to be a wrestler? What if you quit in like training and you think like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore, or my parents are telling not to do? But my father was there, and my father said, okay, I don't know what she wanted to do because she wanted to study. We made her study. She wanted to do a dancing. We told, okay, go for dancing. And now she wanted to be a wrestler. It's all upon you if you can make her a wrestler because I feel like she's very dedicated, very dedicated, but always been a wrestling fan. So it's all up to you if she can do it or not. And Kali told, okay, I'm very excited to for a woman for joining this wrestling school, and that is how my journey started. Means being from just a WWE fan to meeting the great Kali, going to his academy and joining this wrestling thing. It's been a crazy because there were only I was the alone woman in with 200 boys. There was almost 200 to 300 boys in a hostel because Great Khali has his own academy in Punjab, India, and there he also have a hostel. So everyone was a guy like almost I think in between 200 to 300 boys, and I was the alone girl in the hostel, and that was really crazy. But yeah, I never gave up. Means I tried to be a wrestler, and yes, I am a wrestler now.
That is cool. So, with being the only girl there, do you think that helped you get your skills down a lot better because you were facing males?
Mm, for this one, like I sometimes I really feels like I should have a more women wrestler so I can compete with them. But yeah, wrestling with men's actually helped me because the guys were the one I trained with them. There were the women like they were not living in hostel. They used to travel from their home or they used to travel from outside hostel, and but they were not so regular, not so regular on the training. And I used to train always with guys. Then because I was so interested in wrestling, Kali, the great Kali, have helped me to have some extra classes. So there were my coaches from USA who trained me even after class, and there was all the guys. I really feel so sorry for the guys. Like they took a lot of bumps from me because Kali wanted to teach me like how to take a bump and how to beat these guys, how to kick their asses. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready for that. And I feel so sorry for guys like, but they were really helpful, and I think I become stronger because of that because I've been training with the guys. And then on the even in the YouTube, when my videos got viral or got a lot of views, it is because I was the one who was wrestling with guys, which is not very common in India. So I think that made a really huge impact in my wrestling career.
Yeah. And I know a lot of women that go here goes through the same journey because they're not a lot of women wrestlers, and where they particularly train at, they don't have a lot of women trained. So,
Yes.
with that, how was your first wrestling event? How were you? Were you nervous, excited? How did you feel?
So what happened like there was some there was one of the shows happening in like CWE, that is a mega show. Like whenever CW is going to do a show, there will be more than 20 to 30,000 crowd. And I think it was in Udaipur, India. And in the Rajasthan, we have like 35,000 crowd almost. And then I was only in the battle royal. I had a match with Jamie Jameson, but it got cancelled due to the time conflict. And then they told me like, okay, you're in the battle royal, and that was a new for me because I used to do a practice matches, which is a Thursday shows for all the juniors who are coming to be a wrestler. Maybe we can give them a practice match, or there will be some practice matches on Thursday. I only did that, and doing a battle royal is a big thing for me. I tried, it was all good, but suddenly what happened after this Udaipur show got ended, and there was a Saturday night show on next week, and then the great Khali told, okay, Divya, do you want to have a match? Are you ready for it? I was so nervous because that was my first Saturday debut, and I said okay, and that was a singles match. He said, you have been in the tag team, you have been in like battle royals, but you have even done so many practice match. I want you to do a singles match today. I told okay. I was not so ready, but I was okay. I said okay, maybe I should try. And suddenly in the backstage, there was a call, and it's been told like, okay, congratulations. There is a switch in, you're going to be a champion. There's a switch and you're going to be a champion. I said, what? And they said, yes. I said, no, this is my first single debut. How it can be? And they're like, okay, you don't want to be a champion? Suddenly a coach told me. I said, no, no, no. I mean to say, are you serious? Are you joking with me? And coach is like, all the best, Divya. Okay, and congratulations in advance. And that was a huge moment for me because, like, I was quite nervous. That was my first singles match. I'm taking the first single debut, and I won the championship. So all thanks to like my hard work, my coach's hard work, all the guys who have taken a lot of beating and the bumps from me. Thank you to them, and thanks to the great Kali for this opportunity because yeah, it was a huge impact.
Wow, you debuted and won a championship. Now, how many
Yes.
people could say that? Uh, so, with training with the guys, did you feel like they were was any jealousy because you were the only woman there, and they were putting a lot of time and effort with training you?
Um, yeah, I will not say like jealousy, but I feel like there has always been a comparison. Comparison is because women were less in numbers and guys were too many. I got a match very early. I got into WWE tryouts like in just 1.5 years, and so, and even I got my like millions of view in my matches. I got a lot of matches. Sometimes I used to wrestle with guys, and guys have to get defeated. So there's always been a comparison, like okay, just because she's woman, and there's a less woman in India, she's getting a lot of opportunity. If there will be a more woman, she's not so good wrestler. Even I used to hear this from guys, and then I used to tell guys like not directly, but I whoever used to come and tell me like okay, they were talking about you this, they were talking about this to you, then I used to tell them okay, why you're comparing yourself to a woman? Like there are lots of guys, you can prove yourself more. So that has been really bad for me, like because I never expected like okay, guys will be telling like that, but still like all these words made me more strong and strong because even there were a lot of women who used to say like okay, whatever she's wearing is not an Indian cloth. She should actually go to very Indian style. She should respect our culture. Means for me, my parents never said like don't wear this or don't wear that. So I never feel like okay, I have to wear only a Indian wear to do a wrestling. Even to the great Kali, I will say like thanks to him, he never told me to wear like okay, can you wear like any Indian wear to wrestle? No. He always tell me accept the way you are. People will accept you. Even if they don't accept you, just let it be. You are the one who did the hard work. Okay. They are not the one who looked like how hard work you did, how much struggle you have been through. Like people will talk. People will talk a lot. And when they will talk, remember like you're getting more famous. And I said, all right, and I was okay with that.
So, oh wow. So how long have you been wrestling now?
So I have started on year 2017 and now it's 2025. I think it's already 8 years, I think.
Wow.
Yes.
So, where have you wrestled at?
So
Um,
mostly, yeah.
Go
So
ahead. I'm
mostly
sorry.
it is please complete.
Um, did have you wrestled in the states?
Yeah, means like in India, I've wrestled in many places, many states, and then I wrestled in Singapore. Now, currently, I'm in a Singapore, and I'm with a new wrestling team. It's called the Grapple Max Pro Wrestling, so I'm with them.
Okay. Um, with your wrestling journey, and would you? Well, let me rephrase it. With you dancing, you were dancing in London and where else?
Um, can repeat again?
Oh, so you were used to going around different countries
Oh
with
yes, yes,
dancing.
yes.
So then doing it with wrestling is not a big deal to you, correct?
Well, yes. That is a best thing in my life. Like I learned the dancing, and because of that, it actually helped a wrestling career a lot. Because there was a lot of like when we start training, we have to know all the roles, handstand things. So I was in the dancing, and like I was not in normal dancing. I was into Indian classical. I learned contemporary. I learned some of the modern ballet. Not very like I will say. Um, Not very professionally, but yeah, ballet is like some basics ballet and then Latin American. So I was trained in lots of dancing forms. So that actually helped in my wrestling career a lot because while wrestling, you are taking a lots of basic things from the roles which I have already learned in dancing. So that helped me in the wrestling. And then second, when there is some of the body movements, so it helps me. Plus, I have danced in front of a lot of crowds, lot of crowd. Like I will say, like even in the IPL time, one of the IPL, that is the Indian Premier League, one of the biggest cricket things going on in India. At that time, also I have performed with some celebrities as a background dancer. So I was never afraid of crowd. That actually helped me, like being into lots of dancing competition and everything. And every time people ask me, till now in this, even in Singapore, people will ask me, like, are you not afraid of crowd? Like, how you handle the crowd? Because even though there are the wrestlers who will go to the crowd and they will be like, oh my God, I'm nervous. I will be always smiling, and they're like, how you are not nervous? That I always have to say like, okay, I have been into dancing. I have faced a lot of crowd. Like since my childhood, I was into a dancing. I was into a drama. I was into a lot of things. So I always know how to face the crowd. So dancing really helped me for this wrestling career.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. Um, so ha, um, with the wrestling with CWE, um, did they did you finally get to wrestle women there, and have you won a championship there?
So yes, means there were not a lot of women when I joined because there was one woman who got selected in WWE during that time, and there were still a few women like um, BB Bobo, Rita. Then there comes the Sunny, who was the actually champion that time, the women's champion, whom I defeated and won the championship. So she was a great wrestler, but then she left because of her injury. She got a like ligament injury, so she had to leave the wrestling. And then women's were not so regular, but later more women came, joined, and there's a, one of my favorite wrestler from India is like Komal. Wow, she's a good wrestler. Means I will say like first time I've seen a very like I always see in WWE there are small height girls who wrestle very nicely, especially like AJ Lee. Like oh my gosh, she's just amazing. And then I saw that Komal girl. She is a fan of AJ Lee, and her wrestling skills are very good. She never gives up in anything. And but after COVID, things got really bad. Like because all women left wrestling, and then I was alone in academy again, and then I went back home. I came back more stronger. I see more women coming for wrestling, coming, going, coming, going. So for the women, it's have always been like that. They come, they stay for 6 months. If they feel like they want to continue, they will. If they don't want, they will not. So it was really challenging and difficult for me because due to the very lack of women, I have to wrestle with only one woman regularly. Like if it is me versus Komal, it will be me versus Komal all the week, all the month. If it's me versus another girl, it will be me versus her all over a month. So I never get used to get like, okay, I can wrestle a different girls. But here later I came to Singapore in the grapple match. Even though here is a less women's, but the best part is we get the women from like Malaysia, and this time I will be wrestling one of the Japanese women. So it's a new thing for me. So I was excited. Like, let's see what future holds.
So, what are your goals in wrestling? Are you content of where you at, or do you have bigger goals?
I have a really big goals. Like, I really want to travel world in a wrestling. It's not like okay, only I'm like I want to be only in WWE or I only want to be in AEW or maybe in GPW, TNA Impact. Okay, people have a lots of goals. Like even before I joined, I always wanted to be in WWE. But later, when I become very closer to wrestling, I saw wrestling a lot. What I feel, I want to travel a world from this wrestling. I want to know a different wrestler, whether it is from a small promotion or whether it's from big promotion. I want to travel. I want to wrestle everyone, whether it's male, whether it's female. I just want to wrestle everyone. I want to explore things, explore world, explore wrestling. Means I'm never limited to only a one company. It's not my goal, but my goal will always be like to explore more and more in wrestling. I want to learn different style. Like India, usually in the Great Khali's Academy, we have learned the USA style, which is called American style wrestling, pro wrestling. Here in the Grapple Max in Singapore, I learned the Japanese style wrestling. So there's so many different things. So I just wanted to explore more and more. I wanted to wrestle lots of opponents. Like I want to have a lots and lots of opponents from different world, different countries, and that will be exciting.
All right. Um, what is your thoughts about the Stardom promotion, which I think is the premier promotion for women's wrestling? I will argue with most people that if you are in Stardom, you have made it, legitimately made it.
Oh my god, I means I know Stardom because when I started wrestling in WWE, sorry, in the when I started being a fan of WWE and I started wrestling for CWE, I used to always look for different promotions. So I got to know about the Stardom during that time. Like there's a one of the wrestling promotion who have all the women's, and I was so excited. I was like, wow! And then I saw that I said maybe I should give it a try. Maybe I should send my resume. I never get that guts because during that time I feel like okay, I'm not so perfect. Like I should send my profile, my CV to them. But still, I really want to wrestle like because I know Stardom. There was a Stardom. There was a Wow Woman Wrestling, and these are like okay, all the women wrestlers. There's only a women's wrestlers over there, and I have seen a lots of videos in the YouTube. And that time when I was very young, I used to, buy CDs, especially for watching the women's wrestling because usually what happened in my town, there was no channel 10 Sports. In India, it's usually telecasted in 10 Sports. So I never get an opportunity to watch. So I used to buy always a, DVD series to watch this all wrestling, in which especially I used to see. There is always written, okay, this match, this match. I used to always particularly see which women are going to wrestle. This is how I got very much interested in the women wrestling. Especially if there will be a Trish Stratus or Lita's match, I will definitely buy that CD. I was like, okay, I want that CD. And then I started exploring the wrestling, and then during that time I got to know it's not only limited to WWE. There is lots of wrestling, and then I got to know about Stardom. I got to know about War Woman Wrestling. I got to know about NJPW during that time. I started exploring more and more, and I see, oh my god, wrestlers are not only limited in WWE. There are the women wrestler all around the world, and they are one of the best wrestler in Japan. There is the best wrestlers in Australia, and that makes me more excited. So I really, if I really wish, if I ever get a chance to be in the stardom, I would love, means I will just run. I will just run for that. I will just go and grab that opportunity.
Nice. Um, if you got a chance right now to have your dream match against any opponent, who would it be?
So basically, when I was, I will tell the two, because when I was during my childhood time, I really wanted to wrestle Trish Stratus because she has been my idol. Like, I loved her. I just loved her. She's so beautiful. She just changed the era of the women wrestling. Like, seven-time women's champion. I've seen her doing a crazy move. She's so flexible, and I used to try her move. So literally, I even I cannot do very much good, but I still used to try her moves. Like, maybe I can try, but if you will talk to me like now, if I want to wrestle someone, I want to really wrestle Miko Satomura. She's a Japanese women's legend wrestler. I have seen, means I become her fan when I saw her in the Mae Young Classic. So I was really following Mae Young Classic during that time, because one reason was one of the Indian women representative who was from CWE, the Kavita Devi, was there during that time. So I was excited to see some Indian women. And during that time, I was following because that was a women tournament, and WWE have really given a woman a chance to prove themselves in the Mae Young Classic. Different women from different countries, from the different wrestling styles, and I was so excited because always I used to see like women are not getting very chance in WWE, and suddenly there was a Mae Young Classic thing. Was it really changed the era? WWE really changed during that time, and I saw Miko Satomura, and her matches were so crazy. Means she was not very skinny. She was not very, like, you can say, like a very girlish type of woman, or you can say very sexy type of woman. But she is like a strong woman. I've seen such type of woman like China. You remember China is, oh my gosh, she was like, really, when they say eight wonder of world, she is the eight wonder. Like, China was really crazy that time. And because I see Trish Stratus like very beautiful, and then I saw China, like, oh my gosh, such a strong woman. From that, I saw Miko Satomura in the Mae Young Classic, like very strong. She used to do a gymnastic move, her kicks and everything, her moves were so superb. I said, I really want to wrestle her. If I ever become a great wrestler, if I ever get a chance to be in a promotion in Japan, I will really request some of the promotion team to please book me with Mika Satomura. Maybe I can have my match with her.
That is cool. if if you got an offer from WWE and AEW, which one would you take and why?
For this, definitely WWE. Not because, like, okay, I don't like AEW. I like AEW, but for me, I think WWE is doing really great now. The way they are showcasing women, the way they are having a storyline, like WWE changed the women's era. AEW came just right now. Like, if you will say some of the AEW wrestlers, like especially like Sasha Bank, Mercedes, so she is Mercedes Mons. Is she's currently in AEW, and reason is like how she become so famous. Like, it was all because of, I say, WWE. Maybe this can be controversial, but I think like WWE have done a huge impact on her career.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
yes, definitely the WWE did a huge impact on her career. Like, how she built herself, and the way WWE give her all that character things and did for her is really big. And now you can see like Rhea Ripley, like, I seen her in Mayan Classic, and look at her now. Like, she have really changed. And some of the wrestlers who are actually trained in WWE performance centers, like if you will see Charlotte Flair, then if you will go for Liv Morgan, they have become really a great wrestlers. And the way they do their storyline, that the way they are in their promos and everything, I really definitely, if I will ever get a chance, like if AEW or WWE, I will definitely go for the WWE. And of course, I started liking wrestling because of WWE. So it's a childhood. So yeah, WWE.
I I kind of figured you would say WWE because of growing up watching it. It would
Yes.
only make sense. Um, have, have you got a chance to do a lot of tag team wrestling?
Mm, yes, not like basically a lot, but okay. Like because when I was in India, we don't have a lot of women, and we have to, and guys were too many guys. We have too many guys over there. So definitely when Kali have to do the bookings, and there will be a lot of guys who don't get opportunity. So what to do? Okay, let's put one woman here, one woman there, one guy here, one guy here. Let's go for a mixed tag team, something like that. So yeah, I did a lot of tag team matches, even for the women's, like because we usually there's a lot of guys, so boys take all the slot, and women's only can have a championship match or nothing else. And then there will be a woman's, like they will be left out, they will not get a chance to wrestle. So then Kali make it do like, okay, let's have a tag team match. So like that I started into a tag team match. But I love tag teams. I mean, more than singles match, I really like tag team because you can add lots of drama, you can add lots of crazy moves in the tag team. So yeah.
Do you feel like you are a trailblazer for your country because of there's not a lot of women wrestlers and don't have a lot of women to look up to? Do you feel like you're a trailblazer?
mm, Maybe like I can say, just because there are not women wrestler, I have always been in a controversial things like, okay, she's the only woman in India. Okay, she's the only one. Okay, she just because she wear shorts, or just because she wear short dresses, she's famous. Oh, she don't even look like Indian. Just because of that, she's famous. So I have a lot of controversial thing about me, but I never cared about that. What I feel, being an only, like I will not say only women because there are lots of women wrestlers in India, but yeah, I got uh, a lot of opportunity. I got lots of matches, or you can say I came on the period when the CW was in the super top wrestling academy in India. And also like CW was very famous because they were doing continuously a lots of show, and all the shows they will have a crowd above 30,000. It's not even if you will call like a minimum, there will be a 10,000 crowd if they're gonna do a mega show. So what I feel, like, even being only a woman, or like people will think like, okay, she's the only one and she's getting chances because there are less women. I never think that, because I feel I really did a lot of hard work. Means it's not very easy in India to wear a shorts and do a wrestling, because people will talk about you. There are lots of people who will comment about you, about your dresses, about your culture. They will remind you about your culture. They will remind you about your nation. So even in my YouTube match, if you will look ever to my YouTube match, you can see a lot of comment like past matches, not now, but yeah, past matches. There will be a comment. Oh, look what she is wearing. Oh, look, she don't even look like Indian. Oh, look, oh, she's not even Indian. And then I see a comment. People will say, oh, she's not even Indian. She's Nepali, and or she's Chinese. I'm definitely sure, and I feel very awkward during that time. But I feel, but I always feel like, okay, even being only a less wrestler, or only a wrestler who wear a lot of short dresses, I don't care. I mean, I am best just because I have never given up. Not because I'm a very good wrestler, or not because I am the only female wrestler, just because there are less moments. I got the opportunity, so I am the best wrestler. No, I am a best wrestler because even because of lots of controversial thing, even because people have to talk about me, I have never given up. I'm still say I'm an Indian and I'm an Indian woman wrestler.
And that is so great to hear. And I think you are a role model because of your attitude of not giving up and living out your dreams. And I think a lot of young ladies are going to look at you and think, wow, if she do it, I can do it if I get the opportunity. So to me, you're a role model, and that's something to be very proud of.
Yes.
Um, have your parents seen you wrestle live?
Well, they have seen in like videos in the YouTube, haven't seen me live because whenever I'm going to have any shows, and my parents are always like, "Oh, we are traveling, we cannot come." And then my father is a sports person actually. He's like a hockey player. He was a hockey player, and then he watched my wrestling, and he will always have something to say. You are slow, dear. You are slow. You have to do a lot of cardio. And I feel like, Dad, you're really, you you never appreciate me. You should actually appreciate. Then my father is like, if I will appreciate you a lot, you will stop doing the hard work. You need to do more hard work. Go and do more cardio. Go for running. Though my mother liked my wrestling, she like, okay, you have done good. My mother will say, okay, nice, good. Even my sisters will say, nice, good, you did nice. They will say congratulations. For me also, like my father will say me congratulations, but he will always have to say me, dear, you are slow. Dear, you need to lose weight. Dear, you need to get up faster when somebody beat you. I said, okay, dad.
Dad is always going to be dad. We always got to make sure that you got that right training and motivation to do what you need to do.
True.
Oh wow. So last question. With everything that you have accomplished, what is the major goal for you? And if we have another interview in 5 years, where do you want to be in your career?
Mm, maybe after 5 years, like if we're gonna have another interview, I will be holding some championship, like a big promotion, and I will be there interviewing, giving you an interview, and I will be saying, "See, I said you, I gonna travel world," and maybe I would have like completed almost mm, at least 30 countries, maybe not sure, but maybe at least 30 countries. Like I really want for this wrestling career. I don't want to stick in one place. I really want to travel because being from India, I know there is not lots of opportunity for women. So I have always been stuck in India, and I went from one place to other place. I never got opportunity to travel the world, even though even if you want to travel like for the pro wrestling and with an Indian passport, you cannot because our passport you can say not very strong. And second thing you can say like mm, people don't want to spend a lot of money to book an Indian wrestler because you have to give a flight ticket, or maybe we have to bear our own flight ticket. Sometimes there are other promotion who wanted to book you, but you have to get your own visa, you have to do your own flight ticket. So that is really expensive being an Indian. Like for me, it's like very expensive, super expensive to travel to US just for wrestling. And you cannot show wrestling like okay I'm traveling for this thing because sometimes there is a visa denial like why you want to go USA, okay I'm going for the wrestling, why you want to go wrestling for the USA, that's what major question people will ask. Though very like yeah I like I'm very lucky I never went to any of this interview, but some of my friends went to like because they were getting booking in USA and they went to like some of the embassy, and then the person have to ask me the person, why you want to go for wrestling to USA? They're like, because I'm getting booked there. Okay, show me your bank account. Show me how much money you have. Okay, where you gonna stay? This and that. Okay, visa rejection. Can go back. So it's been really difficult to travel, but I really want to travel, and I don't want to travel like okay, I'm on the tourist visa and I'm gonna wrestle somewhere. I really want to go and wrestle. Like I want to be booked as a wrestler so that I can show to the visa person, oh yes, I got bookings, I got a sponsorship, and I want to go for a wrestling team, so that my visa can get approved and I can travel all over world. I think, but I think difficult, but still I'm gonna try. Like maybe after 5 years, you can see me like, oh, Divya said like she gonna cover at least 30 countries, but yeah, she made it till 20.
Well, I hope that all of your dreams come true. Seeing
Finger crossed.
Seeing some of your matches, you definitely have put in a lot of work. Your and your balance it definitely is amazing. Can tell your where dance helped you so much. Um, and I'm a big opponent of giving people their flowers, and for what you have accomplished and what you're doing, I think is so amazing. I know you are going to get to travel. You are very talented, and the great colleague was right in telling you not to worry about any other people's opinion of you. Be true to yourself, because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to anyone else. So I want to thank you for taking the time to do my show. It is amazing to have you. And anytime that you want to come back, you have a open invitation. Um, I can't wait, because we're going to do another interview, and I can't wait to see where you progressed at in your career.
Thank you so much. Means like thank you for all the best wishes that you are giving me, and thank you for calling me in for this interview. Like this is really a great opportunity for me to be with you here in this interview, and like the way you are talking, I really liked it because it's not very like you have to be very dramatic, but it's like very natural thing, and I love being natural. Whenever I'm like having an interview, I don't want to sit like this and talk like, I I have done a lot of hard work, but yeah, I'm really a jolly person, so I'm really happy to be with you in this interview. Like I can really show like who I am. So thank you to you for calling me.
No problem. Again, I am a person that loves to give wrestlers, anyone that's involved in wrestling, opportunities. And again, seeing you in your previous interview, immediately my mind clicked. I have to try to get her on mine. She is so amazing, and I want people to learn about you and follow you more. If you got a million views, I want you to have 10, 20, and I just want you to succeed and live your dream.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much again and again. And by the way, I want to say something like the t-shirt that you're wearing, there is a one beer. I just love it because I see that it's at your wallpaper in the Facebook and I love that beer a lot.
Yes, uh, this is my little logo, and I love it. Uh, hopefully next year I will be selling these. So
Oh yes, yes, please. If you wanna sell it, just send me a link because I will definitely buy it because it's when the interview started and when we started talking, I was definitely looking at your beer a lot of time and I'm like, oh, he's so cute.
uh, let me tell you real quick how I got my name. My daughter, she
Wow.
calls me Burr all the time, and
Wow.
when I first started doing podcasts, my friends heard my daughter call me Burr, and they was like, "Hey, can we call you Burr?" I was like, that's my daughter's name for me. Let me ask my daughter. If she says yes, then you can call me Burr." So she was nice enough and said yes. And one of my friends was like, "Man, you know so much about wrestling. I'm gonna start calling you Professor Burr," and that's how I got my name.
Daughters are always there to give a name for their fathers. Like, okay, they want to say something to their father, they will give their name. Like for me, like my I used to watch Eddie Guerrero during the wrestling time, and my father have that type of mustache like Eddie Guerrero and same curly hair. So I started calling my father like, "You look like Eddie Guerrero," and even my friends are like, they used to compare the photo of my father and Eddie Guerrero. They're like, "Yes, your father looked like Eddie Guerrero." I said, "See."
the one of the best things in the world is being a dad and having a daughter that just loves you unconditionally. I love my son. My son is great, but there's just something special about my daughter that nobody could take that link away from us.
That's true.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Guys, girls, thank you for watching. And I hope that you take the time to follow my guests. And I always like to leave a little message. And today I want to say again, follow independent wrestling. I do not care where you are. You can be anywhere in the world. They have independent wrestling. Go to those shows and support these athletes. They are busting their butt for the sport we love. And you never know who you may see. And then down the road, they could be the world heavyweight champion. And you'll get a chance to say, I saw them. I supported them way before anybody else knew anything. So, guys, girls, again, thank you so much for the love and support that you show me and my guests. I appreciate you. I love you. And we will be back around the campfire for another great segment of A Baron's Thought. Y'all have a great, great day. Thank you so much.